Welcome to today's news wrap up. Let's dive right into the top stories making headlines today. South Fulton Mayor Khalid Kamu is facing scrutiny for allegedly misusing $26,000 in city funds, including a trip to Africa. The city council has voted to audit his expenditures, with Councilwoman Helen Willis providing a list of 112 receipts. Kanu, who plans to change his name to Kobe, was previously arrested in 2023 for burglary and trespassing. During a city council meeting, Kamu expressed disappointment over the situation, while Willis criticized him for taking a 20-day trip. You're a mayor and you take a 20-day trip to Africa without informing anyone. That is crazy. He just left for 20 days, went to Africa, and you were mayor and never told anyone. How do you get away with that? That's crazy. Ken Martin has been elected as the new chairman of the Democratic National Committee, the DNC, amid the party's turmoil following a significant loss to Donald Trump in the 2024 election. Seems like they haven't learned their lesson. They put in another progressive, but the Republicans now control all three branches of government, with Trump winning the presidency and the GOP maintaining control of the House and gaining the Senate. The Supreme Court has a conservative majority with 6 justices. Martin, who previously chaired the Minnesota Democrat Farmer Labor Party, emphasized unity in the fight against Trump and wealthy interests. That's laughable, considering the billions that they receive from big corporations. But his election marks a shift as the party seeks to recover from its recent setbacks. Again, they're doubling down on the thing that cost them the election in the first place, which is out of control leftism. Texas DPS officers discovered 16 illegal aliens in a tractor trailer during a traffic stop in Webb County, Laredo. The group, which included 13 males and 3 females from Mexico, Guatemala, and the Dominican Republic, was handed over to Border Patrol. The driver, Jose Angel Rosa, was arrested for human smuggling. The incident highlights ongoing efforts under Operation Lone Star to combat illegal immigration and smuggling in Texas. Since President Trump's inauguration on January 20th, illegal alien encounters at the southern U.S. border have dropped by an average of 94% during his first 9 days in office, compared to the last 19 days of President Biden's term. Wow. New border measures have resulted in an average of 126 daily encounters, down from 2,087 per day during Biden's final weeks. Trump has implemented various strategies to combat illegal immigration, including continuing border wall construction, conducting mass deportations, imposing tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and increasing penalties for illegal aliens. Over 3,500 illegal immigrants were arrested during Trump's first week, with more than 1,100 in a single day. Additionally, Trump signed the Laken-Riley Act, which grants federal immigration authorities broader powers to arrest dangerous criminals, and plans to send 30,000 of the most dangerous criminal illegals to Guantanamo Bay. Some workers at the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, have received termination warning letters amid the Trump administration's effort to reduce the federal workforce. The letters sent to 1,100 EPA employees notify them that they are on probationary status or in a trial period and could be terminated immediately. The email explains that probationary employees can be terminated under federal regulations and may have the right to appeal their termination based on specific criteria. This move is part of a broader cost-cutting push led by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, which also includes offering buyouts to certain federal employees and bringing remote workers back into the office. The buyout program allows federal workers to resign while retaining pay and benefits until September 30th, 2025. The Pentagon has announced that the New York Times, NBC News, NPR, and Politico will no longer have exclusive access to their office spaces. Starting February 14th, 2025, these outlets will be placed by New York Post, One America News, Breitbart News, and HuffPost. I'm surprised with the HuffPost one. This change is part of the new annual media rotation program, which aims to ensure a more diverse range of voices in the Pentagon press corps. The decision have been welcomed by conservatives and Trump supporters who see it as a victory against media manipulation and a step toward restoring journalistic integrity. And I believe that's a step in the right direction. Social media is abuzz with celebratory reactions, highlighting the end of the left's unchecked influence over government press access. This shift signals a new era in American journalism, promising more transparent and fair coverage on defense and national security matters. The LA Times has credited President Trump for California's recent water availability, highlighting his order to open 2 dams. LA Times of all places. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers increased water flow from the dams, surprising local water managers. Following Trump's actions, Governor Newsom issued a similar order to maximize water capture during storms, drawing criticism for mimicking Trump's approach, something he could have done a long time ago. Environmental groups argue that Newsom's order could harm fish. Here they go again. Here the leftists go again. Could harm fish species in the ecosystem, but Newsom insists it's crucial for recharging groundwater supplies. This development marks a significant shift in California's water management policies. Bill Gates is urging global governments to take action against Elon Musk's free speech on social media. In an interview with The Times, Gates expressed his negative feelings towards Musk and supported efforts by the UK's socialist government to censor him. Gates criticized Musk for his political views and involvement in issues like the grooming gang scandal in the UK. I can't believe Bill Gates is criticizing someone for their involvement in something. But he also called for safeguards to prevent super rich foreigners from distorting elections, despite Musk being an American citizen. It's kind of weird. And Gates's comments highlight his concerns about misinformation and the need for government intervention to address it. Y'all know I'm totally against all of that. Dr. Anthony Fauci is set to face a deposition as the U.S. Senate intensifies its investigations into the origins of COVID-19. Senator Rand Paul, now chairman of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, has issued subpoenas to 14 agencies from the previous administration to probe their involvement in gain-of-function research. Despite receiving a preemptive pardon from former President Biden, Fauci may still be required to testify. Legal experts questioning the validity of the pardon, suggesting it may not protect Fauci from all actions. The investigation aims to ensure oversight and prevent future mistakes of this magnitude. Additionally, Senator Ron Johnson is launching a separate investigation into the pandemic's origins, including Fauci's email communications. This follows previous revelations that U.S. taxpayer dollars funded risky research at China's Wuhan Institute of Virology. The Trump administration is preparing to preparing an executive order to halt U.S. funding of gain-of-function research, and it was stopped already under Biden. Under Obama, believe it or not, and then it got ramped back up under Trump. We still don't know who was the one that actually ramped it back up. But federal officials remain divided on the virus's origins, with some agencies supporting the lab leak theory while others favor a natural origin scenario. President Trump has ordered military airstrikes in Somalia, targeting and killing many ISIS terrorists, including a top planner. Trump's announced the strikes on X, stating that the terrorists were found hiding in caves. Excuse me, and posed a threat to the U.S. and its allies. He emphasized that the strikes destroyed the caves without harming civilians. Trump criticized the previous administration for not acting quickly enough and declared that the message to ISIS and other terrorists is clear. Quote, "We will find you and we will kill you," he said. CBS News has agreed to provide the Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, with full unedited transcript and camera feeds of its 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris. This decision follows a letter of inquiry from the FCC led by Trump appointee Brendan Carr as part of President Trump's lawsuit against CBS News. The lawsuit accuses the network of deceptively editing the interview to favor Harris. CBS News stated that they are legally compelled to comply with the inquiry. The lawsuit, seeking $10 billion in damages, claims CBS News tampered with the interview to benefit Harris's campaign. We all know that's what happened. Settlement discussions are ongoing, but there is no assurance of a deal. The controversy arose when Face the Nation and 60 Minutes aired different answers by Harris to the same question, leading to accusations of deceptive editing. CBS News admitted to editing Harris's answer, but denied any deception. Trump's attorney emphasized the need to hold CBS accountable for allegedly deceiving the public. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, has locked career government bureaucrats out of systems at the Office of Personnel Management, or OPM. This move is part of Musk's effort to reduce government waste, fraud, and abuse. Career bureaucrats have lost access to government systems, raising concerns about cybersecurity and oversight. The OPM has encouraged bureaucrats to take buyout offers, including 8 months' pay, if they choose to retire. Musk's team, including former employees, have taken control of OPM, working around the clock from the agency's headquarters. The OPM is now run by Amanda Scales, a former Musk employee, and Ricardo Biasani, a former Tesla engineer. Wow, I'm sorry I missed the slide on that one. President Trump's deputies have halted a federal program that allowed elite groups to bring migrant workers into the U.S. through a private system. The move comes before a $5 billion fund was set to support additional migration in 2025. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Agency announced a pause on accepting Form I-134A, which is crucial for migrants entering through the Welcome U.S. program. The program, backed by former President Obama, Bush, and Clinton, aimed to merge government and private efforts to boost the U.S. economy with foreign workers. Critics argue that this expanded migration program undermines the moral justification of refugee programs by allowing non-refugees to be resettled based on connection rather than need. The program also included initiatives to bring refugees directly to U.S. campuses and workplaces. Under Biden, federal spending on refugee processing and resettlement increased significantly, with plans to serve over 500,000 arrivals in 2025. Trump's decision to freeze this program is seen as a step to protect American workers and reduce the impact of mass migration on wages, housing, and public services. Bishop Michael F. Burbridge of Arlington, Virginia, has stated that Catholic teachings does not support an open border policy. He emphasized that countries needed well-regulated borders and just limits on immigration to maintain public order, safety, and security. Burbridge noted that immigration reform can respect human dignity while enforcing the rule of law. He called for dialogue between the Trump administration, and the Catholic Church, highlighting the need to protect families and human dignity. Burbridge also urged law enforcement to avoid entering sacred spaces unless absolutely necessary and recognize the efforts of law enforcement officers in upholding law and protecting communities. He stressed that the church stands for justice and the application of law with mercy and understanding for the good of all. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem has warned sanctuary city leaders that they would face federal prosecution for obstructing federal authority during an appearance on the Ingram Angle. Noem emphasized that no one is above the law and that President Trump will direct actions against those who protect criminals under local ordinances. Noem highlighted the importance of transparency and informed the public about how sanctuary city laws limit federal tools. She also mentioned that the Trump administration is moving forward with deporting illegal immigrants and reducing deportation protections for Venezuelans. The administration aims to use every facet of the immigration enforcement apparatus to crack down on the system and target both illegal border crossers and those entered through previous authorized pathways. Fox News host Harris Faulkner's show, The Faulkner Focus, has surpassed ABC's The View in ratings for the first time. Shout out to her. Great for her. I love her show. I love her takes. Faulkner expressed gratitude to her viewers and team, highlighting the show's success despite being available only to cable subscribers. Fox, and I check it out through the clips myself, but Fox News also had its best month ever, with primetime shows averaging 2.8 million viewers. Meanwhile, CNN and NBC are planning staff layoffs to modernize their business models and reduce production costs. It goes to show that people have a thirst for truth. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt criticized the media for mocking President Trump and conservatives during the COVID pandemic when they suggested the virus originated from a Wuhan lab. Her comments followed CIA Director John Ratcliffe's confirmation that intelligence indicates the virus came from the lab, which something I alluded to years upon years ago. And Leavitt scolded the press for ridiculing Trump in 2020 when he deviated from the accepted narrative that the virus originated from a bat. Ratcliffe emphasized that the need to address the threat from China and revealed plans to establish a national laboratory for AI development, similar to the Manhattan Project, to maintain American leadership in emerging technology. Well, that's it for today's news wrap up. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.